What's up, guys? Back again. Let's go for the third video here. For those of y'all who don't know, obviously I am a big professional wrestling fan. I went to WrestleMania this year. As you guys know, you heard about it on the podcast. You'll hear about it on my personal podcast. I had a great time. And the other day I was running and I started thinking about something. It involved wrestling. Kurt Angle, 1996 Olympic gold medalist for freestyle. I think it was 97 kilos. I think it was. I'm not positive. Don't quote me. But when he wrestled for WWE/WWF, he had a catchphrase, the 3 eyes, and I'm actually going to break that down for you because I feel while yes, it was professional wrestling, it's very applicable in everyday life and training and wrestling. So 3 eyes. Start with the first one. Intelligence, you have to be smart. I mean, you just got to be. I'm not saying book smart. You just have to be smart, one, with your training. This is one thing I struggle with. I push my body entirely too hard. I'm a super villain to my own body. I don't really believe in moderation. And and it's cost me. I'm not very intelligent with the way I train. And I feel to be successful, you do need to have some sort of intelligence how you train. For instance, if instead of training 7 days a week, which is not advised, it might sound good, but you need to give your body a rest. You have to let your body recover. Also, just training certain positions, being smart with your training. Like, hey, I struggle on bottom, so instead of coming in here and working on my breakdowns all night, why don't I go ahead and work on my bottom game so I can finally catch that up to where everywhere else I'm at, because if I get taken down, then I'm screwed. So yeah, I mean, you got to be intelligent. It's super important. You also have to be intelligent with what you do during a match. You have to understand, like, I'm on the corner here, I can't really blast double. I should probably, pull him back in, or I should just, work my angle, get him to come back in on his own, hit an outside single or something to pull him back to the center of the mat. You just gotta be intelligent. It's a chess game. Wrestling, that's all wrestling is. It's physical chess. Same with any sort of martial art to an extent, like jiu-jitsu, any form of grappling. Let me put it that way. It's physical chess, and you have to be 2 steps ahead of your opponent at all times. If you're gonna pummel on the head and they don't go down, you have to have a backup plan, like within 1 second. With a split second, you need something that you have to go to and have some plan in your head, because you're not just going to snap someone down all the time unless you're like Kyle Snyder and just like hammering people on the head. You're not. I mean, unless you're like a gorilla like him, you're going to have a plan. So be intelligent. Be intelligent with your plan on how to implement your plan, how to go about forming a plan, and then the second I would be intensity. It's intensity. Be intense when you train. Don't be easy. And I know this kind of counteracts with with the whole training smart, but I mean, there's a way to train intense with training smart. Just be intense, out on the mat, push the pace. Marcelo Garcia, he's a famous jiu-jitsu practitioner right now. One thing he says is he doesn't have the best cardio, but if he pushes, if he sets the pace early on, then then it's pretty much his to lose at that point, because he's out aggressoring. Would that be the word? No. Basically, he's outperforming his opponent at an early stage, and if you set that pace with that intensity, you go out there. As long as you're not timid, you're in there and you're like trying to get not being the guy's face. You're not really taking good shots. No, you got to go out there. You got to bam, explode off the whistle. You got to go for those legs. You got to take shots. Now, you got to be smart with your shots. Be intelligent with the shots, but be intense. You have to be intense. Same with your training. When you're training, you better train like it's an actual match. Like you're in the 3rd period, 10 seconds left, and you need a takedown. You need a takedown to win. You're down by 1 point. A takedown wins it. This is a state title on the line or an NCAA championship on the line. Yes, be intense. And then lastly, the third one, integrity. So we'll get into integrity, and I think everyone knows what integrity is. It's doing the right thing when no one is watching. And yeah, don't sit there and be like these fitness people who do everything for the camera. No, you need to be running. You need to be drilling. You need to be thinking, game planning. You need to be doing all this stuff in your spare time, not in front of your coaches, not in front of other wrestlers. Do this in your spare time. I cannot stress that enough. You have a lot of guys who are great, who look good in the practice room, but it's what do you do outside the practice room? How do you get better outside of here? Because you're only in the wrestling room for a finite number of time during the season. You're only in there maybe 2 hours a day, 2-3 hours a day, depending on what level you're at. I mean, what are you doing the other many hours of the day besides school? I mean, when you get out of school, are you going for a jog? Or are you sitting home playing video games? Yeah, you may be a good wrestler, but if you're at home playing video games and not really being impressive, you're setting a bad example for underclassmen, and you're just making yourself look bad. And you can't do that. And two, you're hurting yourself when you do that, obviously, because you're not really applying yourself to as good as you could be. So yeah, just 3 I's: intelligence, integrity, and intensity. You just remember those, should be good. I mean, apply that in the wrestling room. Coaches, talk about the 3 I's. I know it was professional wrestling based, but Kurt Angle is an Olympic gold medalist. I think he knows what he's talking about. Of all the people I would take advice from, an Olympic gold medalist is pretty high up on that list, if you ask me. But what do I know? So yeah, younger guys, just remember this. Especially if anyone on our team's watching here. 3 I's. Put them down, write them down. Think about it. Be intelligent. Think about your game plan. Be intense. Implement your game plan with a ferocious will. You put your will on them and you make them like it. That's what you got to do in wrestling. Wrestling's not, like as Kyle Snyder said, yeah, wrestling's hard. And then 3, integrity. Do the right thing when no one's watching. Push yourself when no one's watching. Get those extra reps in while no one's watching. I mean, you might not think it does anything, but trust me, it does. So that's the 3rd video for today. I got 1 more to go, guys. I hope you enjoy. I hope you're enjoying these because I love doing these videos. I've been gone for a minute. I've been working a lot, but that's just how I got to do with it. That's what I got to deal with, man. It's real life. So, Coach Purdy, I hope you're watching this too as well, because I just sent you the last one. I know we've been doing these subcasts and we're all out of whack, but we'll get these things hammered away pretty good. Yeah, so like the page, like the video, share the page, go like us on Facebook, go like us on Instagram, go support our new sponsor. It's Roll Soap, www.rollsoap.com/shop/Etsy. I posted it in our sponsorship video. It's one that I posted like an hour ago. The link's in the description of that video. We might start putting the link in the description of every video. I don't know. But hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, 3 I's: intelligence, intensity, integrity.